click on the. All right, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 81st episode of the Bobby Couto Show. It is my distinguished pleasure to have more testosterone in one room than all of the city of Fall River. My guests and friends, Mr. Aaron Bernardo. Thanks for being here, buddy. I know you don't have a mic right now, but you're gonna get in here in a second. My boy Chris is over to my left. Chris, thank you so much for being here. I apologize the chair isn't big enough. We'll get one next time.
All good.
For you, man. John,
How you doing?
thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks
And
for having
Kyle,
Thank you.
big weekend,
very
right,
much.
fellas? Big weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So let's
Yes,
hit the
sir.
ground running right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. Everybody who's joined on the live cast, thank you so very much. We appreciate it. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. But first of all, we were talking outside before we even got in here, and something really cool was there was a weigh-in for the UFC. And in this weigh-in, I wish I knew her name. I didn't. I probably should have did some research on that. But she got naked. Like, we're talking like a 0.2 to a 0.3 difference in body weight. I never realized how critical that is to a fight, especially when you're preparing. Obviously, like, you hear the stories, like, all right, no sex, right? So no sex, right? Is that true? Is that true?
With,
no, yeah,
with
right?
Libby it is. With our coach it is.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm seriously, like, I'm no joke. Like, for all intents and purposes, there's a reason behind that, right? So they say no
Takes
sex.
your legs away.
So dehydration, is that true? To dehydrate, would dehydrating like lower your body weight? Is that also another?
Yeah.
And then, and I would imagine diet, right? So if you guys were looking at your weight class, and so have you guys ever been that close? So you know what, Chris?
I don't have to make weight.
I'm
bro.
gonna go to you, bro. I'm going to, dude. You're a big dude, man. And I said, like, so has it ever been an issue for you, or in your class you don't have to?
No, we don't have to make weight. No,
Yeah.
no.
No kidding. So how long you been fighting?
I started 2008.
Yeah.
I went up there to train,
Why? Just
just like everybody, lose weight, and
dude.
I felt, I was always a bigger kid.
Yeah.
Pretty athletic.
Yeah.
But I started doing it the full year, and I was like, man, I'm pretty good at it,
Yeah.
And the next 2009, the gloves in January, decided, hey, just enter it,
Yeah. So, but there's a whole year there, bro. So there's a lot of effort and determination that's involved in that one
Oh,
year.
yeah.
So at some point you realize, hey, I'm not just here to lose weight. I'm here, like, this is something I enjoy, right?
Absolutely.
So does that change your life? Is that something that you say to yourself, well, I want to change the things I do every day because this is really important to me and I want to do this every day?
Yeah. I was like, I'm good at it, and
Yeah.
I started eating better, and I'm like, well, I gotta make this a lifestyle.
Yeah. So when do you get it? Like, when do you get a manager? When do you get a coach? When do you realize, okay, well, I need help with this. Like, this isn't just a hobby anymore. Like, I wanna get in the ring. I wanna fight. And because I would imagine that's pretty hard, right? Like, guys, like, because now that's personal. Like, I want to do this, and I need somebody to guide me along the way. And so, how do you choose that person, right? How do you?
Yeah. So Libby was a very big part of that.
And Libby is
Libby Medeiros, he's our coach.
okay. All right.
Kyle and I.
Okay. And that's out of the PAL.
Yeah, Libby's
yeah.
Libby's probably been the boxing coach out of the PAL for 50 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that's where, me and Chris both walked into around the same time, a couple years before Chris, I think.
So you
and then back.
you started before Chris?
Oh,
Or-
actually, you know what? Well, yeah. I mean, I went at 16.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 2002, maybe. I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And got kicked off the hockey team. And our mutual friend Corey was just like, "Hey, man, like you keep getting thrown out of games for fighting, and why don't you come up to the gym and check it out? Like that's the point here,
Yeah.
And like Chris, I just started going up, and once you kind of prove to Libby that you're going to stick around and you're willing to put the work in, and you don't know it all, started working with me, and I did a couple amateur fights then. My junior year of school, but then I went back to play hockey my senior year, and then, I had my son really young, so life gets crazy.
Of course.
But me and Chris, both ended up in there
So
at the same
defenseman?
time.
Defenseman?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Protect,
how'd I guess that one?
protect the goalie,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah. Sure.
But yeah, and then around that 2008, 2009, I think we both fought in the 2010 gloves together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the PAL.
So obviously you guys different weight classes, right?
Yeah, just a little.
So but you guys spar? Do you guys spar with each other?
No, like drills, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
We'll do drills.
Yeah, we'll do drills together.
So
but I
would
think,
you spar with him? Because I wouldn't.
No, I mean,
Yeah, right. I mean,
Chris's legs are the size of my waist.
I think
you know.
I think
tree
he would.
trunks.
He would.
yeah,
He would.
yeah.
But
Why would?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you though? Why wouldn't you? Just because, or?
Yeah.
And I'm only asking because
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I
No,
don't
no,
I
no.
want to know. Like I'm asking the etiquette.
Like
for
the-
our audience, I want our audience to understand what it is to be a boxer. Like
Right.
what it's like to live this life, dude. Because you know what? I honestly believe, dude. The show is all about the absolute, right? And so there's two levels to that. There's this, right? And then there's this,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could be at the absolute pinnacle of your life and the absolute bottom. And I think what gets us to that is being here, right? So the moment you decided to walk in that gym, right? The moment you decided to walk, it changed your life. Here we are, gentlemen. All roads lead here. You know what I mean? This isn't a coincidence. Like the choices that you have made brought you to this very moment right now. And even though you come from different places, like PAL, Bernardo Boxing, like it doesn't matter, bro. You all have a mutual respect for something that you really love and enjoy to do. And even though you're punching each other and you're hurting each other, when you walk away from each other, there's a respect there, dude. And I think people tend to lose sight of what boxing actually is. And much like the Rams and the Gorillas and the Lions, and like there is a hierarchy in humanity. And I believe that it is so important for us to exercise those important fundamental biological that's what we're created from, right? So there was a time where there were saber-tooth tigers, right? And we had to protect our tribe from those saber-tooth tigers. You guys are exercising that instinct. And so that's what I appreciate most about what Aaron does at Bernardo Boxing and what you guys do in the ring. It's so much more than just getting in there and swinging. There's so much detail in what you guys do, the footwork, the way you drive a punch. Like if you appreciate all that, you can see the beauty in it. You know what I mean? And that's really that's why I'm starstruck, and I'm absolutely honored to have you guys in my studio today. You know what I mean? So John, tell me a little bit about you, bro. Like, so how do you fall into this? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I've been friends with these guys for a while.
yeah.
It's crazy because I had actually started while I had walked into PAL.
Welcome to the
years
show,
ago.
bro.
Thank you. Probably before these guys did, but Libby had a different view on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, there's an MMA gym down the street. How about you go there?
Yeah,
So I was like, that's the type of dude that Libby is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right. I ended up going meeting somebody who brought me to him. Who's like, oh, let's go spar,
Yeah.
because sparring, is a thing.
Of course.
And I went to him, went to sparring at another gym. He was there, busted my old shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I was like, wow, I need help in boxing. So and I was like, yeah. So then I've been following him since. You know
No
what I mean?
shit.
Been with him since.
Yeah.
He's been my corner for MMA fights, Muay Thai fight, everything. He's been with me the whole
Can we
time.
talk a little bit about your record? Like, what does that look like? So you obviously do you have a boxing record or just
Yeah.
an MMA record?
Well, I just went pro in boxing, so I've only have the
Nice.
my pro record is in boxing. But
Yeah.
I have amateur MMA, amateur Muay Thai, amateur kickboxing, all that
What's your
stuff.
best fight, bro? What's the best fight? What's the fight you give you the most anxiety? The fight that you wanted the most?
That I wanted the
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
I think I want this one the most.
No shit.
Yeah,
Dude, I
'cause-
love to hear that. I'm gonna be there, bro. I'll be there in the audience, my man. I can't
Yeah.
wait. And if the audience doesn't know, March 29th, Saturday night, 6 p.m., bro? Doors open at 6? Yeah, 6 p.m. CYO, 403 Anawan Street in Fall River. Get over there and check this amazing event out. Like these athletes, these pro athletes doing what they do best, man. And you put on a fucking show, bro. I don't typically swear on the show, but I'm gonna right now because it's always a blast. I've had the opportunity and to be a part of it a couple of times and to see you guys. It's just even on the ship, dude, on the battleship, to be a part of that, dude. The sunset, you guys in the ring. Like, wow, I took these guys, like both these guys, Gary and David were both there that night, along with Joe. Joe be hanging out with us. Yeah. And guys, they were like, wow, Bobby, we would have never come here otherwise.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to experience that night, dude, like I keep saying to him, dude, I can't wait for the next one, bro. Listen, we're going to fix it. Whatever's broken with it, dude, we're going to fix it. We're going to find out what it is, and we're going to make it perfect, bro, because I tell you what, it would be an absolute disaster and a shame if we weren't doing that. You know what? At least 3 or 4 times a year in the summertime. Like, just in the summertime alone. Like, it shouldn't be just once, bro. Right? Like, you know what? Let's talk. You guys from the city? You guys from the
Yeah,
city?
yeah,
Foro,
yeah.
Foro? Born, raised, or?
Yeah.
I moved here in 2002 from New York. I was born in New
2002.
York.
And you guys both born and raised here?
born and raised here. I live in Dartmouth now, but
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
So,
my whole
so
life.
yeah, we'll agree that the mayors of the city have been fucking terrible. Like, this is tell you what it is. And so, like, I don't know. Look, I'm all about everybody doing whatever they want to do, dude. Spread it, whatever it is. But when you think about the city as a whole and what keeps this community together, this is a melting pot. There's so many races of people living here. So 4 of Us Celebrates America, right? What a great event.
Yeah,
They
you-
stop it,
yeah.
right? Like, look, even the feasts, like they're limiting how much. Like, the idea is not keeping us together. We need to have more events. We need to experience more of this. It should be like Kennedy Park, dude. Like, we're at the top. Why not set up the ring over there? Like, we should be doing all these events. But these mayors, dude, they're just like every other politician. They don't put any effort into it whatsoever. You could drive around the city, dude, and hit potholes every 5 feet, and it just tells you that they don't give a shit. So the reason I mention this is because we have to care, right? And so bring you guys putting on a show, bringing the community in, and everybody's together, right? That's a big deal, dude. That's collective energy, and that's supporting our community. And I think we need to do more of that, regardless of what the politicians are doing, regardless of what everybody else is doing. Understanding that, I always say this, excellence is the ultimate rebellion, right? Like, if you are your best version, then nobody can stop you. Doesn't matter what they say, doesn't matter what they do, bro. It's undeniable. And if you carry that with you, bro, like, there's no better feeling in the world. And so I only mentioned, like, the whole politician thing because so many people want to blame another entity. But I think if we all collectively do what we do most, like, this is what we do, the best thing we do best, then everybody comes along, dude. They sell tickets. People want to eat food. People want to drink. People want a great entertainment show. That's where they show up, right? That's the whole idea. So back to the show. I digress. Like, seriously, man. I get off topic because I get passionate about it, dude. I love the city, and it means a lot to me. And so the fact that you guys are here means a lot to me as well. Couple of questions, Kyle.
Yep.
Why boxing, bro? Like, what inspired you, dude? Like, how did you figure out that this is the best way for you to do what you want to do?
Like I mentioned it a little before, but
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing hockey my whole life.
Yeah. So is this like an outlet for you, bro? Is this like you find that you have this energy, dude, and this is a productive way of?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I found myself there as a kid, and then went back. I had a couple fights.
Yeah.
Life happens. Went back, had a few fights in my 20s,
Yeah.
and then in my mid-30s or so, I got sober and I had a lot of time on my hands,
Yeah.
and my buddy Ben Pitsley, who's one of my childhood friends, used to own Pro Fitness in the city, and Aaron was training people out of there, and at that point, Lib had some health stuff going on. I wasn't going by the PAL, and me and Aaron just connected, and he was like, hey, if you ever want to get a fight, you're training, I know, you start over at the PAL, let me know.
Yeah.
And it was during COVID, and everything was shut down because honestly, I could have went back and just fought amateur and tried to enter the Golden Gloves, but the only thing that were going on were pro shows, and me and Aaron kind of just threw our name in the hat for a tough opponent that they couldn't match up, and from there, it's been 5 years, and this will be my 10th fight, and for me, it's just following through on something, testing myself every time. It's like, halfway through camp, you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Well, I've had camps where I've cut, like
How long is that?
40
How long is the camp? Would you say?
Between like 8-12 weeks, 10 weeks.
Yeah.
But some of them I've blown up in between and had to cut 40 pounds in like 9 weeks, and you're miserable. I've been in this guy's basement in his hot tub, cutting 13. You mentioned before, 13 pounds the night before. Totally stupid. To make weight. But for me, it's just you set the date. You follow through. You go in like everything in you telling you to not to follow through with it, and you do it.
Yeah.
And as long as I go out there and give max effort, like I can just finding out what you're capable of, challenging myself.
So you're 6'3"
you know what I mean?
and 2. Tell me about the 2.
No, 6 and 3.
6 and 3. 2
Yeah.
knockouts.
Oh, 2 knockouts. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Tell
talking
me,
about draws.
tell me about the 2 knockouts.
Yeah. So one of them was actually my first fight when I started going back to the PAL, and kid Paulo D'Souza, he actually hit me with 2 Superman punches, which is a MMA move. I didn't even know it was legal. Like, I think I probably hold a record in
You say it, dude.
Superman
I can see
punches
exactly what I
absorb.
can see exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
But I was able to get him out of there in the third round, and then my last fight actually, this kid Julio Butriago, I think it was his 58th or 59th pro fight. It was my first 6-rounder.
Yeah.
And I wanted to push that. I'd only done 4-rounders. I want to see if I could do 6, if my body could hold up for a camp for 6. And halfway through the first round, he kind of just shut off, and the ref saved him, and that was it. And there's one more we should have. We fought in an empty gym YouTube stream, and our opponent threw up all over the ring in his corner between rounds, and instead of stopping the fight, they mopped it up and let him continue. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so if you throw up, you're out. White towel. Done. Chris, you got 2.
100%.
What's it like getting knocked out by this guy, dude, right? Do they remember their names or
why
what?
we
Dude?
don't
Tell me
swap.
about it, bro. Tell me about it. Dude, that's got to be exciting, man. Like when you work out so hard, right? And then like you get to that moment, you're like, fuck, knockout. Like that's...
Yeah, so I took a 12-year layoff from the amateurs, and I decided, I was working back in shape, running, and my weight was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I heard they were coming to Fall River, so I'm like, interesting, So decided, hey, just to turn pro,
Wow.
and rate Fall River, the PAL at our gym.
Yeah. And so tell me about these knockouts. So these are set up from, is this like a Boston Boxing promotion event, or is this right at the PAL? Is it what?
Yeah, Boston Boxing.
Boston
It was
Boxing.
at the
So who was
PAL,
your first
yeah.
knockout? Because
His
you never
name-
forget, right? You forget? Do you forget? Nah, you don't forget. Tell me.
His name was Akila Prote.
Yeah.
So,
Big boy.
Did you think you'd knock him out?
Yeah.
I
He
love
came
that.
in
I
swinging.
love that. I love that. I love that, dude. You need that.
I
Yeah.
kind of knew the style, was coming in swinging wild. So that fight I was actually really patient,
Yeah.
and I just picked my shots and it came,
So is that what it takes, dude? Like those first couple of seconds, like you're in the ring, you're like, all right, how's this guy coming at me, right? Like, am I in a defensive stance? Is this guy, like you just said, the guy's coming at me all crazy? So you're like, you know what? Once I see an opening, this guy's getting one, right?
So yeah, every fight's a little different.
Yeah.
But that actually I was,
Dude, what's
the
your
crowd
reach,
was
bro? What's your reach?
36.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So the crowd was it was electric, and like I said, I've taken 12 years off, so I was a little. The adrenaline was going. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little,
And who's promoting you? Like, who's promoting the fight?
That was a Boston Boxing.
Oh, so they literally promote you.
Yeah.
All right.
They had it.
Because I'm trying to figure this out. That's what I want to talk to you about this because I'm very interested in what the process is. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Boston Boxing.
Yeah. And so, how about your second?
That one was in it was Melrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that as sweet as the first, or?
Yeah, the debut was always great, but yeah, I kind of wanted, he was a tough kid. Victor Costa.
Yeah.
No, tough kid,
How many rounds?
Yeah, that was a schedule for, but he retired in the second. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a good, I think I did okay. It was a good, decent performance. A little, Holden. He was a tough guy. Like Holden, he definitely came to fight. He was tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. Like he comes to win. Like he's not gonna lay down.
Yeah. So you say schedule 4. So you guys, is that based on weight class, or is that like the schedule, the way they set up the fight?
Experience level. Usually start off with 4 rounders, then 6, then 8, then 10.
As it accumulates, right?
Final, usually it's 12 round bout.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Great. How about you, bro?
Well, I mean, my two. We talking about knockouts. My 2 knockouts.
Yes, sir.
Neto.
Dude, all 3 of you have 2
Yeah.
knockouts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty nuts, man. It's pretty great.
Well,
You guys should get the
Neto-
tattoo.
Chris has only had 2 fights and got 2 knockouts.
Yeah.
I got 9 fights.
Yeah,
and 2
right.
knockouts, so-
Dude,
I
and
gotta
I think if he has a 3rd fight, it'll be a 3rd knockout, bro. You know what I
will be.
mean? My
It's gonna
man.
be.
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously. I'm going to hire you for my bodyguard, bro. Okay.
But no, it was Neto.
Yeah.
It was out of Boston Boxing. It was right during COVID.
Yeah.
I was in a closed gym. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then my other one was in New Hampshire, also Boston Boxing.
Yeah.
That was a first rounder. He was a tough kid. He did
A first
MMA.
rounder?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He was MMA. He just did MMA kickboxing fight, but he wanted.
Where
to
do
try
you go,
boxing.
bro? Like, when you hear that ding, 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 where do you go?
I go
Does it
into,
get quiet, bro? Does it get
I
quiet?
go into like I get emotional.
Dude, I see
like,
something in you, bro. Like this, I'm looking at you, where I'm like this. Yeah, I see
like,
something, man. I
I
see
get
it.
emotional. Like I take
Yeah.
all my struggles, everyday life, like all my problems, and I just compartmentalize it until the fight. Then it's just like, yes, I get to take out
Take the
all the
release,
anger,
bro,
all the
right?
hurt,
Yeah.
all the pain I've
Yeah.
been dealing with,
Yeah.
and I get to take it out on somebody and get paid for it, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, not
Yeah.
get in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's like I was meant to do this. You know what I mean?
Did you take some time off or?
Yeah, I had to take some time off.
Yeah.
I had just taken a year off. I took the last year off, and then I came back in November.
Yeah.
So
So-
that was when my last.
So you
fight.
obviously you guys take some time off. Do you ever get away from it though? Is it always there? Is it
Yeah,
always?
it's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if I don't do it, like I build up pressure. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then I just explode. So I feel like
Yeah.
I have to do this at least,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a week to get my frustrations
You know
out.
what's funny, guys? I'll say this, and I only share this because I see it in all of you. We're addicts. We are addicts. Like, so whatever the fix is what the fix is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting here right now with you gentlemen right now, and this is my fix. And when you guys are in the ring, that's your fix. You know what I mean? And no matter what you do, and anybody who's ever struggled with substance will tell you that you're an addict for life. And if it's fighting, if it's whatever it is, you have to manage that. You know, you take that energy and that force, and you say, well, "This is how I'm gonna." You know what? The most empowering people in the world I've ever met in my life are people that have been in struggle and fought through that struggle and decided that they weren't going to be victims. That they were greater, they were bigger than something than themselves. You know what I mean? And I never see that in just, I don't want to say regular people, but like just the people that don't know what struggle is. You know what I mean? And I almost say, I'm sorry for you. If you don't know what struggle is, then you don't know what it feels like to be successful and to actually fight through that pain and realize, you know what? You may count me out today, but I'll be back tomorrow, and however that looks, you know. I'm so excited to watch you guys fight in that ring on Saturday. I really am. It's such an honor to be in here and just to tap into the mindset of what you guys bring in. So just a little fun stuff. Kyle, what do you do when you're not in the ring? Like, what's the fun stuff for you, man? Is it, you know? You
It feels
fish, you like-
yeah, no, it feels it's honestly it's like work, gym. Yeah, right. I mean,
right,
no,
right,
like obviously, like
right.
I love me and my wife try to get away, travel.
Yeah.
Is when we can, but
Yeah.
I travel a little bit for work. So that
So how long
puts
you
me
been
on the
married? How
road.
long you been married?
Be 4 years.
Congratulations, bro.
Next month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
kids? Any kids?
I had my son when I was 16. So
Oh, okay,
my
all right.
boy's
Yeah.
23.
I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
did
no,
mention that, bro.
I mentioned it
yeah.
real quick. And
Yeah.
my stepdaughter's 19. So
Yeah.
the kids are home, but
Yeah.
they they're little adults now too.
Dude, that's great,
so,
bro. That's great.
Dude,
I'd say, well, I don't get bullshit. My kids, I'm like, don't ever leave. I don't want you to leave. Stay as long as,
Yeah.
stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it's boxing, like I don't know, at least for me, like
Well, obviously, your family
it's
supports
right.
you,
It's
bro, right?
it's wake up, gym at 6 a.m.,
Yeah.
work all day, gym at night. I get home, see my wife for a half hour. She's falling asleep. I'm going to bed, and then it's, so that's
Yeah.
it's tough during camp. But away from that, like we'd like to try to get away when we
Yeah.
can, travel.
Can I give you some advice?
Yep.
It's important. I'm going to say something to you. It's very, very important. I see it in you, bro, and I'm just going to say it to you because it's something I didn't do. Celebrate anniversaries.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Celebrate birthdays, bro. Celebrate your wedding anniversary. Celebrate your kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
Never lose sight of that, bro. And that's going to be so important for you in your future.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, that just came to me, bro, and I want you to,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, the
Yeah.
energy came to me to tell you that right now, bro. It's
Right.
very important. You follow your dreams, bro. The fact that your family supports your dream right now, doing what you do, give them that.
Yeah.
Give them that. I
Oh, for
promise
sure.
you, dude.
Yeah.
You'll never lose them.
Yeah.
You
No,
don't
we're
lose
not
'em.
guaranteed anything.
I think I made
so-
that mistake, bro. I think that's the
Yeah.
mistake I made. I stopped celebrating like the anniversaries. You know what I mean? I think that was the biggest problem that most of us get because we get caught up,
Yeah,
dude.
get
We're men.
complacent.
We're men, dude. We are designed to eat, destroy, and repeat. You know what I mean? That's what we do. And so, right, exactly, dude. We are hunters, bro. Right? We are Spartans. You know what I mean? Right? And so we get so caught up in that, and sometimes, it's important to say this, guys. There needs to be a softness, bro. Like if we're gonna procreate and be with the opposite sex, there needs to be a little bit of that understanding, and that's the hardest part of us to harness. You know what I mean? It's so easy to be savage. You know what I mean? And just dig in, bro. Don't even cook the meat. I want to fucking eat it raw, right? Right? But sometimes, dude, you gotta just you know what I mean? Just little fry on either side.
You gotta balance
to
it,
bring a
yeah.
little balance and
Be a
finesse
killer,
in there.
don't be a killer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy, dude. It's amazing, dude. Dude, you're in Dartmouth.
Yeah.
So you upgraded. You were in Fall River, born and raised. And then you upgrade, you go to Dartmouth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Are you Portuguese?
Bougie.
Portuguese and Italian.
Yeah, I see it, dude. I see the Portuguese, and you're Portuguese. So is it like, so you're in the like North Dartmouth, like you're like a raised ranch, like is it a?
It's on the line like New Bedford near the park.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it's
like the
considered
Buttonwood
north.
Park.
Buttonwood Park. Right,
Yeah,
right.
dude, it's
Yeah.
beautiful over there.
Yeah,
That's so
it's
nice.
Nice area,
Yeah.
quiet. Yeah.
Dude, the yoga pants all over that fucking park, dude. Every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
every time, right?
Yeah.
Dude, every time I drive by there, oh, dude, they're all. No, I'm gonna go around the block 3 times. You know what I mean? Go around the block 3 times. No joke. That's a great place to be, dude. Actually, there was a place down. What? Yeah. Hey, what do you got, David? What do you got?
We got a question.
Oh, you got some questions. All right.
So from the neutral corner with Jerry,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
he says, he asks, what is it like sitting in the locker room, knowing your fight is next? What's going through your mind?
I love that. I love that. All right, Kyle, what's that with you, bro?
Yeah. It's tough to I guess put in words,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
when you haven't done it, because you know, I guess you put all this time in to do it, and I've been fortunate enough to have, you know, friends and family that have shown out for me for, you know, driving up to Andover,
Yeah.
New Hampshire, but you just kind of rely on the fact that, like, you know, you didn't cut any corners. Like, that's one of the things, like you said, what brought you to boxing. Like,
Yeah.
we all played like team sports, and you can blame the other guy on the field, or, you know, you can do everything right and that guy drops a pass. Like,
Yeah.
with this, like, you can't cut corners, like,
Yeah.
or it's gonna show. You know, everything you put in doesn't mean you're gonna get the result. You know, judging is a whole nother thing, or you might
Sure,
just run up
sure.
against a guy with more
Right.
skill. But, like,
You could almost overthink it, right?
Yeah,
Like talk
right.
yourself right out of
yeah,
it, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much of it, 80% of it's mental.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So for me, I think it's just like trusting that you didn't cut corners. If you didn't, or else you're gonna sit in the back
Sure,
and know, like,
sure.
man, I should have sparred that day, or
Yeah.
man, I made an excuse not to go to the gym that day. But
Yeah.
it's conflicted, you know. Like,
Sure.
I think right till I walk out, like, there's been times I'm there and like the exit sign's right. I'm like, man, I just run out that door. You know, I mean,
Savage.
you're signing up. You're putting your name on a piece of paper and signing
Sure,
up
sure.
for a fist fight. You know,
Yeah.
to catch a
Yeah.
beating.
Yeah.
In front of, you know, your boxes, in front
Legit.
of all your friends and family, you know.
Yeah,
So for me, you know, I think everyone gets those butterflies. But after you do it a little bit, like, I know what's on the other side. Like,
Yeah,
it's
right.
just like, it's almost like euphoria. Like, when the fight's done and now I
Yeah.
can go eat whatever the hell I want, and like, you showed out, like, that's what you do it for. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
being able to follow through with it, you know. So
Nice.
for me, it's all those emotions. It's weird. It's
sure.
weird right before you walk out. And then once you get in there, I feel like, and once you get punched in the face a few times, you're like, all right, bet. Like, I've done hundreds of these rounds in the gym.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. And then,
Yeah.
you know, then you can get busy. But
Yeah.
for me anyway, it's like, I'm not
Sure.
sitting back
Sure.
there
How about you, John?
amped up.
Oh, yeah, I'm amped up. Like, I'm like, finally, I'm like, yo, I've been waiting for this.
Are you talking or are you just in the
Nah, I'm
zone,
just
bro? In
usually
the
in my
zone.
head, music, or
Yeah. Yeah.
warming up.
What do you
with
listen
him.
to, bro? What do you listen
I
to?
listen to a lot of Rise Against. Yeah.
Rise
like,
Against.
Yeah.